Hi, I'm Laura. I'm a fractional marketing professional and a business owner. And after a long hiatus, I'm finally an artist again. What you're about to see is a painting of some tomatoes. On the surface, it's just a study of red and green and purple, but beneath the layers is a story that's been 18 years in the making. I started this piece right around the time I met my husband, and it's traveled with me through 6 different houses, tucked away in closets and hidden under beds. In this video, I want to share about why it took me nearly 2 decades to pick up chalk pastels and finish the story. I want to share the journey of being a studio art major at the University of Arizona to becoming a Swiss Army knife in the marketing world, and then how I finally realized that chasing someone else's version of financial stability was keeping my creative self dormant. My life as an artist actually started in high school. I had an amazing teacher who saw something in me and pushed me to really own my skills. That encouragement led me to the University of Arizona, where I spent 5.5 years navigating a pretty intense split brain existence. I earned 2 degrees, a BA in studio art and a BS in psychology. Back then, I thought I'd eventually have to choose one or the other. My first job out of college was teaching middle school, but I quickly realized that I had a knack for the organizational side of things. My career evolved fast, from teaching to administration and finally into marketing management. I loved the puzzle of marketing, but the more that I grew in my career, the more the artist version of me stayed in the closet, literally, clipped to an old clipboard.
Great choice. So anyway, Bob, I've decided to take this space for my office.
This is a bit awkward because you gave me the distinct impression that you did it. And now we have Eric here?
Yeah, well, Eric can find a back room with a dark basement to do it. Well, that's
When I was first making art and learning techniques, I experimented with everything, but I usually defaulted to acrylic paint. But over the years, I realized that my style actually aligns much better with chalk and charcoal.
Thanks, honey.
I'm a very tactical person. I love the immersion of blending with my fingers and feeling as the material hits the paper, or in this case, the canvas board.
No, it's your space.
Coming back to this piece was a challenge because it started in acrylic.
You're a few minutes
I
late.
hadn't painted in almost a decade, and I was honestly really nervous. I was afraid of overworking the canvas or not being able to recreate the colors that I had imagined in my mind 18 years ago. Plus, I had a practical hurdle. I actually tossed all of my old acrylics years ago when they dried out. I had oils and watercolors, but no acrylics left in the boxes underneath my son's bed. But as it turns out, the solution was already in the room.
I'm not sure I have time for that. When I was a young girl, my sister and I baked bread from scratch in a kitchen half this size.
the story.
I could make a bed. I could fix a wobbly table or start a car without a key. Then I met your father, and suddenly I had people to do everything for me. And I assumed that I would maintain my proficiencies should I ever.
I still had all of my chalk and charcoal, including a very special set of pastels that actually belonged to my great grandfather. The set that you saw at the beginning of the video, it dates back to the 1950s. My great grandfather was a professional sculptor and a draftsman at one point in Chicago, and there's something incredibly grounding about using his tools to finish my own work. Using these 70-year-old pigments felt like a bridge between the artist I was in 2008 and the business owner that I am in 2026. It reminded me that creativity doesn't have an expiration date.
Well, that's simple enough.
Starting my own business as a contractor by helping small businesses take the hassle out of their marketing, that was the move that finally gave me the space to be both people. I don't have to choose between analytical strategy and creative expression anymore. I'm building my business on my own terms, which means I finally have the freedom to be around for my son and daughter and the freedom to finish what I start.
Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. Sorry. You know, it's rare to find someone that beautiful and smart and yeah, I know. Well, you'll bounce back. You'll bounce back because you're a fine young man. You're a fine young man. Yeah. Yeah. Get away for a little while. You know, get away. Yeah. Well, looks like that might be a good idea. Well, this looks delicious. I see someone decided on a new dish.
Yeah, they kind of smell like
Finishing the story isn't just the name of this video series, it's a philosophy that I've embraced. It's about rejecting the fast lane and being intentional with our time, about honoring the works in progress that we abandoned because we were told that they weren't productive or stable. So, as I put some final touches on these tomatoes, I'm realizing that 18 years wasn't a delay, it was a preparation. If you have a project tucked under your bed, I hope this encourages you to pull it out. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be finished.
Not bad
I'm
for
Laura,
you. Not
and
bad at
thanks for
all.
being part of my story.